Hello. Don't forget to watch or listen to our Outlaws of Elkinstar campaign, the All Guns, No Glory podcast, with a lot of the auxiliary cast that you know and love from Monday night. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode. I mean, it's pretty exciting. I'm going to turn on some battle music because you know what's happening? Well, they're mid-battle. When last we left the party, one man, starved, enfeebled, naked, just don't look below his waist, started a one-man buffet and has worked his way through the enemy and has now joined the new party with a single spindly humanoid, because no one bothered recalling knowledge. So I guess to Spiegler's point of view, to our orc, you can actually call them Morlocks, because he knows what they are. And at the top of round 10, Jargon Whitmore has drawn his sling and retreats 5, 10, 15, 20... Actually 5, 10, 15, and then hops up on the table with a little bit of a athletics check. DC shouldn't be too hard even for me. Oh. Hey, 6. Okay. I fall over a chair. Right myself. Pulled a sling. Now, sling... is that a loadable weapon? Or is it like the bow where you just fire away? Double checking. Range, reload 1. No, it actually takes a reload. Okay. So I move, fall over, I get up, and I still have an empty sling and I'm done. Ta-da! I'm helping, not so much. Dubsy, you are up. What do you do, sir?
I would like to go to the south of the big man, because I would really like to make this guy flat-footed, possibly, with Kenro.
Okay.
Okay, and then I will make my attack. 23.
Did you get a target?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 20?
Yeah, I just, I hadn't done it, so I'm usually assisting in that. But look at you, self-sufficient player. What are you attacking with, your short sword?
My short sword.
Okay.
Is he flat-footed or is he not? I know you were saying he's kind of hard to make flat-footed.
I'm flanked. I think when they're swarming, just 1 second here. See if I've got any kind of special abilities, because they give them abilities as opposed to feats half the time. Scuttling, sneaking, swarming, stands, yada 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 yada, scuttling. No, I should be able to make this guy flat-footed. 1 second. This is the thing I don't like is I've got to take the marker off of the combat tracker, take it off of you, mark my guy, pull up the thing, go, he's flat-footed. Yay. And then go back to you, scroll, drop the flag and go, okay, Dubsy. Damage away.
Okay.
Maybe there's a faster way with Control
Damage. Got a 2 and a 6 on the dice for a total of 12.
Total of 12 points of damage. Around the corner, even with a 23, whatever cover I had, it's negated by that awesome hit. A blade from the corner of the underground stone structure pierces him at a really nasty, precise angle, and you manage to critically wound him, as in he's down to, less than 25% of his hit points. Anything else, Mr. Dubsy?
I'll try it again.
Okay, this time I will ask you to do the -2 for cover.
Sure.
I'm even being nice.
Oh, natural 20.
We need like a confetti drop or something. I don't know Twitch that well to...
26 points of damage.
Yum. I mean, crap.
Maybe one of the biggest hits.
You're not the only one that can hit, big man.
Through the ribs, you pull the sword, and he stops moving. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay. I don't actually drop my knees buckle on my turn, just for effect. No. You drop them. Our shadow stands there, Ken, watches Jargon retreat as a perception. Next action, he, looks at his body and turns around to face you, and you are right there.
My friend,
as
you
if
don't want this.
as if defensively protecting its former body that is napping right now. The creature reaches out with its happy, shadowy hands and taps you on the shoulder and says, "Go away." I rolled a 2, and it still hits you with a 17. If that's not... God. One party killer became 2 party killers. This one, though, has a bigger tether. Its hand goes through you and touches your life force. And you become enfeebled 1. Have I hit you before? Do you have any enfeeble going yet? Let's have a look here.
I don't think so. No, I think I was hit by the little guys, not this guy.
Okay. Well, unfortunately now, you gained the enfeeble 1 condition, which I will smat on you right now. And a little bit of your shadow showing, just sticking out there. Don't be embarrassed. It can happen to anybody. Enfeebled 1. There you go. Doink. And that's it. Karen is out of view. You don't know what she's doing. The Morlock becomes a really cool graphic bloodstain on the ground and keels over. Gregor Darkmantle. You did not have a good fight. Probably because you're being puppeted by us and not played by you, Eric. However, after dropping a weapon, picking it back up, you did stand your ground, you did defend, you did not run. You took, as shield wall guy, you soaked up a lot of damage from us, thank you. And now you stand across from another orc. Now, Jargon has interviewed these men and has given you guys all descriptions. Perhaps this is the naked version of the guy that you were told, right? But the silver cap tusks, his calling card, was definitely something Jargon mentioned, and you may have found an enraged, starved, and looking at you sideways orc who goes by the name of Krega, according to Jargon, who has joined the fray and did actually quite well, knocking out more enemies than we did as far as when these little spindly Morlock dudes showed up. What do you do? Oh, and right beside you, a cleric gets mauled by a shadow. Nothing to worry about. Just ignore that. By all means. Are you an orc or half-orc?
Half-orc.
You're half-orc. Okay.
Half-orc, yes.
Okay, so your eyes meet across the dead body and...
So this is the first time we haven't met each other before. We actually met here in combat last session.
You haven't even met till the second. Like, he literally came out of a doorway. We tried to retreat from the shadow, and we ran straight into Morlocks. And then we were going to get pwned, and all of a sudden out of the back behind them comes this raging orc, and he just starts literally eating them and ripping them apart. So we're like, okay, cool.
We haven't talked to him yet, though, so...
No. But, there is still a very dangerous opponent literally 10 feet away from you.
Friend or foe?
Okay.
You here to help us, or you're here to fight? At least be honorable enough to face me.
Rage.
He'll answer you distinctly on his own turn. Okay. Gregor is, readying a weapon. asking if you want to play nice. Do you want to move or do anything else, Greg? Sorry.
Yes, I will cast.
Greg the orc. Sorry. You're half
No
human.
worries.
Greg or I just slipped out. I'm sorry. I never even saw that before. It's Gregor, not
Yes.
Gregor. Terribly
No,
sorry.
yeah.
Gamma's not gonna let me live that down. I can see that coming. Every time I mispronounce anything, like 2 days later, he's all over it in freaking Discord.
So which weapon was he? What am I wielding right now? Was it my war flail or?
I believe you actually left the war flail, went for a dagger, and then you were given pause and managed to retrieve it, but I'm not certain. So let's say you're gonna have to burn an action to retrieve it.
You had him pick it up in the last game.
I did?
He burned
Okay,
it back.
okay,
Yeah,
good.
I remember that. He didn't pick it up one turn, he picked it up the next.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, then I will cast shield and I will wait to see what happens next. I'm either going to prepare to defend against the orc or try to move in front of Kinoro to give him some protection.
Okay. Gaz is napping. Kenro. Pain. No, not pain. Sheer agony like you have never felt before. But you are a being that is charged with positive energy. You are a being that calls upon your goddess and positive energy flows through you. So when you've heard of this negative energy drain, it is notably painful. But to you, possibly not as much as the bards let on.
Okay.
Not that I'm not going to give you any less hit point damage, but, you know.
Let me tell you, friends, he barely hit me, and I still feel like I'm about to fall. We may need to run. Goss may be lost. And I'll turn to Kraga maybe and say, Big man, we might have been sent to find you. Do you know an exit?
Okay. Turning to Kraga. There literally is some abomination tucked in a hallway beside them, and they're turning and talking to you.
Well, I know I'm in no shape to fight whatever that is. And if you're looking for an orc, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here.
Okay. Ken,
Other
if you
than-
wanted to move, go ahead.
Ones you brought.
I'll wait for him to talk, and then I might... Is that how many actions is that to talk to him like that?
You're just kind of spitting it out for free. I'll say it's like, what, you know what I mean?
Well, because what I do is if he's... Like, I asked him if he knows an exit, so if he does, I might want to shout that to Jargon that we're going out another exit, meet us out front.
Oh, okay.
If that's what our team wants to do.
Six
fact that you're
seconds is around, right? So you pose
Yeah,
a question, but you could pose it while moving. But if you want to stand your ground, that's fine. Kraga.
The fact that you're fighting Morlocks tells me you're friends. I know a way out. Follow me.
Oh, okay. And like I said, even though that might sound like 6 seconds or more, he's already walking. You know? So,
I'll kind of... can I hold my movement? I guess I can't really hold an action until Kraga starts going and then follow after him, because I don't know where the exit is, technically. I don't know where you can go.
so anyway, Kraga starts heading off towards doors at the top of this room that you guys have not done yet. This is the way he came in. He heads back the way he came in. Because remember, he charged down from the north and all of a sudden just like laid into their ranks, right?
That's right.
Goes up, kicks open a second door and steps through 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right? Hang on. Get back there, boys. We're still in combat. No free movement. Get back there. Back. Eric. Okay. Ken, you said you wanted to ward Jargon. So, like I said, I'm keeping you in place. So anyway, he says, follow me. We're going to go. And he runs off. Okay. Jargon loads a sling and takes a pot shot at this actual creature. Paping. Why the heck did that do that? I clicked it. Wow. Okay. I just become a blurry of Jargon. I did a double click, I swear. It's like
Your Gatling sling.
miss. He's really
You
pent
put
up.
5 shots in one slingshot.
I know. It's just like, what the hell? Well, anyway, going with the first roll, 13 miss. Going with the second roll, 10. miss, and just, I don't know, ignore the rest for now. Dubsy. Looks like we're pulling out. Well, actually, sorry. Someone is saying, let's go. Your party is trying to figure out what to do. What do you do?
Oh, I am so out of here.
Okay. Just tail the big guy.
Good decision.
Yep, I will be right on his tail.
All right. Go right ahead. Move away.
Yeah, 2 actions.
Okay.
I raise my buckler for my last action.
Okay. I will be kind enough to Ken to say that he took a single step forward towards the orc, and you could still yell at Jargon around the corner. You know what I mean? Getting a little bit of wall cover from this thing.
Poke a head back. Hey. Move back in.
The creature itself, as soon as you move away from it, okay, it just takes a moment and staring at you guys. Now it turns, looking like you're around the corner. It shifts its head towards Gregor, who's 10 feet out on the back wall, but in a direct line of him. But it does not leave the body. Karen does who knows what, which brings us back to Gregor. Friend, foe, I don't know, we should go, hi-ho, hi-ho, and now everyone starts leaving the room, Gregor, and you're by yourself practically. Well, there's Ken, but he doesn't count really, we know. Paging Gregor.
I'll follow behind. I'll keep looking back, but I'll keep moving forward.
Okay. Place
Just taking
yourself
up the
where you
rear.
want to be, because you do have, you guys got like 6 feet. You want to at least go to the door and wait for Ken?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to wait for Ken to go, and then I'll move after Ken.
Okay. So how about this? If you want to delay instead of stepping at all, we will, because you want to be rear guard, we will literally put your initiative below his, and then that way you can literally not have to mince words or actions. Ken.
I'm going to do what I said. And I'll look at, I'll yell up the hallway to our friend, Yargan, my friend. We're on the way out. Meet us up front. We have a back door. And I'll head off after the other guys.
It's Jargon, but thank you for thinking of me.
It's my accent. My apologies.
Did you mutilate my name on purpose? Because that's what I'm known for. Oh, he's so clever.
Just
It's not hero point clever, but that is clever, Troy. So Ken heads off. Dun 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 dun. You want to get up there through the doors? The more distance, the better.
I only have, can I move 3 times with my actions? 3 or I'll follow that. Yeah, I'll go right up behind him. I only have
One
25
action to warn an ally, and then you got to double move if you want it.
Yeah, I move right up behind them then.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Through double doors, we are looking at a hallway that's 10 foot wide that heads north, full debris, and a single door at the bottom corner of this hallway. And the orc is, just heading there, getting his bearings. Gregor. Head out. Head up. Head over.
Yeah, raiding up the rear.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. And we begin shuffling back to Kraga, leading the charge. I'm assuming Spiegler, you're just gonna head straight out.
I know the way. Come this way.
Okay. He shoots up the hall and then suddenly stops 10, 15 feet. And then he starts feeling the wall frantically. So he moves, he starts searching, and then
It's gotta be around here somewhere, god darn it.
starts kicking at the wall. Can I have a perception in the tower, Spiegler? It's pretty obviously what he's doing, guys. I mean, he's literally searching a wall, saying it has to be around here somewhere, and we want to exit. So he's probably looking for a machete. No, a way out, maybe. Here we are. And a wall slides open and he pops through. Actually, he's kind of out of actions finding it. Still in combat. These things are still in threat. Okay, Jargon tries to go all the way around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10. Tries to leave. And is surprised to see Kraga opening a wall. You open a wall, Kraga. There's that chair, 10 feet of space, and 15 feet away is that little gnome journalist that interviewed your whole party one-on-one. Apparently, this little dude has grown a pair and decided to come down here with said party. Anyway, he is very nervously looking over his shoulder. He sees you, but it doesn't register like who you are. He just sees that you're not like a monster. Maybe he thinks you're Gregor. Oh, bastard's cheating on you. He's moved on to another half-orc. But we'll talk about that relationship later.
And forgot his clothes.
He forgot his clothes. Oh my god! Is that you, Kraga? I mean, I know it was an intimate interview, but oh my. Oh, look at that. It's silver capped as well. Huh? Who knew? Anyway, he's moving. Dubsy.
Okay. I will run up to Kraga, see that he's opened the door, and run in. I'd like to kick that chair out of the way.
Sure. Boot. Move up. Move object. Now from here, we know where we're going. Because jargon's come through the way we came down, and there's the door to the stairway that leads up and out. So if you want to keep moving, feel free.
I think I'll move towards the door, but I'll post up just north of Jargon.
Okay. Whatever the shadow is doing, it is out of sight of us. Karen, who knows? Gauze, the body sits where we left it, you bastards. Kenro, on the other side of this new double door, you see the orc. They're searching for a secret door. They find one, great, and Dubsy takes no pause in hopping the hell out of here. What do you do?
I will follow behind them all and
Okay.
leave out the room with them.
Yes. Lead the charge. Okay, and there's your favorite doorway, the one at the bottom upstairs. You want to keep going?
I guess, yeah, first going up those staircases.
Yeah, that's the way out of here.
Yep, out we go.
Okay. The only reason Dubsy stopped is because Jargon owes him money and lost a bet. Those two were always flipping coins at each other. Gregor!
Running behind them.
Yeah, your party is retreating. You come up, post up next to the orc. Right? And wait, or are you going to go through? Come in?
I'm going through at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to go through.
Okay.
Yep.
Bum. Craig steps through, closes the door. Spiegler's nodding at me. Step through, Spiegler, and close the door.
Yes.
Okay. And what?
Just continue on getting out of here.
Head up. Okay. At this point, you guys are 2 rooms away and continue to move. Away, away, away. 1, 2, 3 intense rounds. You're up the stairs, you're in the fallen cubby office, you're through the door into the main part, and you're halfway across the large open castle space, and you believe you're free and clear. But Jargon urges us not to stop. And the little dude, pale as a ghost himself, is moving. Do you know gnomes have 25-foot movement, just like the rest of you? It's actually dwarves only have 20 feet. Kind of interesting. Dude has no problem keeping up, if not taking the lead with Kenro. We cross the main courtyard of the castle and are out the front gate. And I don't know about you, but little dude does not stop until he gets to the Druid Grove. And only there, the top of the hill overlooking town and somewhat safety, does he go and immediately plop himself inside the circle of stones. And now he warily eyes the graveyard that, suddenly became a problem not too far back, not too long ago. What do you guys do?
Oh, my friend. Callistri always says there's some pleasure in pain, but that wasn't much joyful to me. We might need to be stronger to come back there.
Yeah, that was rather humbling. I don't know what that was, but I think not only do we need to be better equipped, but I think we need different type of equipment as well. This is not helping.
My new orc friend. You look like you've seen better days. Do you need some help or some healing?
Yes, that would be beneficial, please.
Well, I meant the other new orc friend, but I can help both of you.
Name's Krega. I've been
pulls
stuck down there for who knows how long.
It's been 3 weeks.
Oh, Jargon.
I put this
Friendly
party
face.
together to save you. Where's
I
everyone?
remember you.
Where is everyone?
Well, that's a long story, but we all ended up being trapped down here and captured, and one by one they were taken out of the room we were in together, and I haven't seen them since. I was lucky to escape with my life.
I can't feel my wrists, my ankles, or my nads. Distract me. Start talking. And he pulls out his book. Long story away, my friend. And he sits down and, obviously the little guy wants to rest, though he tries to look stiff upper lip.
I just want to know where all my stuff is. My maul. I need to be able to hold that again. I feel naked.
You don't get that
without
back.
it.
That's what you get for ditching the show, dude. I'm sorry. You're not getting your shit back. You were naked orc with one piece of that. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's down there somewhere. Care to go back? No? Maybe. Sooner? Later? Go buy new stuff? The scene pulls back. And a short respite for the party. And a few hours later, whether you guys are together, in pairs, safety, the buddy system, or spread, around town doing whatever you must do, this afternoon or evening, I will go around the party and ask where you are, what you're doing, or do you guys want to take a minute and discuss what is your next move? You are all badly wounded. Some of you are missing gear and clothes.
I think we could probably sit around, do some medicine checks, and heal each other up, plan some next steps, and I think that would be best for us. But
Sure.
I'm open to options. Anyone else?
I might see Chiolino and ask him for some equipment. Maybe he'll help me out. We go way back.
A little alone. You actually, not to mention you are like a town hero, but you actually took the background where you knew the guy, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I'm usually known for not giving credit to a party, but since you literally took the background and the one that you know the guy or whatever, then if you total your gear, it should have a total worth at the bottom. Okay? If you have a specific item, like a magical item, I may not be able to help you with that. But if you have a, Kmart maul and a bob dagger, and you know what I mean, she should be able to re-equip you. And whether this party or, like I said, he takes it on credit. And as you get more gold, immediately start paying that debt down, then I don't see a problem with that.
So that's me.
Okay. Which means you can start re-equipping your stuff. As far as healing goes, you guys want to do some checks on the spot so you don't just slip and fall down the hill and kill yourselves? That would be unfortunate.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Um,
do you wish to target with what medicine?
Let's go with Kraga first. Our new friend who came out and saved our hides. We'll patch him up a little bit. And it's a medicine check. Do I need to target anybody or just roll the medicine?
You can target him. Clear your target him. I don't know if it'll be active, but couldn't hurt. Get in the old fantasy ground spirit.
Medicine. That is a 2 for 10.
Target the old Krega. Okay. You need 15 to heal him. So now you need an hour. Most of his wounds, however, are like malnutrition, like he's enfeebled and things that need lesser restorations, and he needs rest.
Gotcha.
As far as some patching up some wounds, moving on to the next party member who is badly wounded. Don't be shy.
Jargon? My friend Jargon.
Yes.
Little healing?
Oh, yes, please.
Can I keep? Do I same thing here? Another hour for him, or is just right now? Is good?
Oh no! You can do it right now. Just like once you fail or succeed on a check of medicine with someone, you need an hour to go by before you can perform on the same subject. So, but you can just move down the line. It only takes you 10 minutes to do the thing on the guy, and battle medicine's even faster. 27. Thank the maker. That should be extra hit points, I think.
48.
Too sure.
Yeah, actually it's 48 because you crit success with a 25 because it's 27.
Okay.
So you have a couple choices. If you right click on your D8, you get a pinwheel, or if you click on it and hold that click and then start clicking the right simultaneously, you will start picking up multiple dice.
How many do I do?
4.
4 it is. Boom. Look at that. 17.
Sweet. I had 18 points down to a single wound, for like a battle scar. Thank you.
Chicks dig it. Callisphere would be very, very, very.
Chicks dig scars. Sweet.
Next. Mr. Gregor.
Yes, please.
I will definitely do what I can for you, my friend. That's a 20 even.
That is
after.
2d8. Now you do have a healer's kit, and I think we established that the healer's tools, I can't remember, are they finite? Do they have certain 10 charges in them, or is it just you need them?
They're infinite.
Are they? Okay.
I have healer's tools. That's what I have. Yeah.
Okay.
I never thought anyone was coming for us.
10.
Jargon, did you put this group together to come find us?
You bet your silver swinging schlong I did. I mean, yes.
Stop drawing attention to it.
Well,
I'm 3
I
foot,
guess I owe
man.
you
That's
a debt,
all I
my
see.
friend.
It's like I look left. I look. Oh, there it is. I'm 3 foot fucking feet tall. I can't. Oh my god. You know what?
All jokes aside, I definitely owe you one.
If I look to the left, I see Dubsy, and he is a 3 foot tall green domed head thing. And I turn to my right, and then there's it's everywhere. Okay, I'll just you know what?
When your nose to nose, your toes are in it, and when your toes to toes, your nose is in it.
Yeah. But I digress. So he happily tells you how 3 weeks had passed, the town got nervous. Because Gauntlight itself shone its light upon the actual graveyard, they're worried the light will pop up. So he decided, what an opportunity. Not just for a follow-up interview, but to become famous himself, reap the royalties. He puts together a team, these guys, and marches them in there as a rescue party. But they didn't have a lot of leads. So they wandered around a little bit, almost got killed, and one of their member have fallen. They get a little quiet for a bit, and then they tell you the tale of how this female pantsuit, undead, shadowy creature horribly injured Gauze, their barbarian, pulled his shadow or some creature of a shadow from him, and Gauze fell over. And we grabbed the body and ran for it, and it chased us. But now it seems preoccupied with the body. Perhaps because the shadow came out of him, he's got some kind of connection, I don't know. But I was unable to drag him, and you guys said run, we ran. I know the mayor's going to be happy. He was a bit of an extortionist, always wanted more money, always wanted to use his intimidation, real pain in the ass. But a solid fighter. Soaked up damage and protected us to the end. Not that Gregor here is any kind of schlump. These all guys, as far as I'm concerned, did a fine job. And I helped too. Yes, I did. Funny enough, Craiga, it was his spell, Jargon's spell. He used a sonic spell to hurt the undead that you heard and actually the Morlocks went to investigate. And it was your ticket to make your move. Funny enough. Not that he knows that, and not that you know what it was you heard, but funny enough. Kenro, have you got a roll for Dubsy?
Dubsy?
Yeah.
I can do that. Dubsy, my friend. Little health. Back, little relaxation. Let me lay some hands on you.
Little massage. Don't be afraid to get in there.
He overlooked you altogether, and glad I brought you up.
21.
Racist dick.
What wasn't I just?
I know it. Are all the humans safe? And dear
Is this
humans,
about stealing that
lost.
one book?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
21. So that's 2.
Yep.
Excellent. Boom. That's a big old 10.
Ooh. Back up to full.
There we are.
There you
Can
go.
you see myself? healer's tools?
You can, but you need a DC of 20 to heal yourself. Does anybody else have medicine?
I have a +6. I can aid.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you can hit the DC 15 easier than he can hit himself a DC of 20.
I've got a +8, so...
Are you trained in medicine, Dubsy? If you are, then you're best off just giving him the tools and trying for the 15.
I am trained.
Yeah. What's that, Troy?
I'll lend him the tools for a bit of a check on myself.
Okay.
I've never been touched by a frog creature before. I'll have to remember this.
Oh, your first time. All right. 18.
He's got, like, the suction cup fingers, like that
Fingers
acupuncture where they
that'll
use the cups.
Oh, only 4 health.
It's all good, my friend. I'll take it.
The human anatomy is kind of weird. Ken, you healed 10 to Dubsy, right?
Or I did.
So that brings Dubsy actually back up to full because he only had 8 points. So we're on the mend. And as far as Kenro goes, did you already take that 4 off or no?
I haven't yet, no.
Okay, I got you. Brings you to 7 wounds, 17 hit points. Dubsy at full, 26. Jargon almost full at 27. Gregor has 6 wounds left, 20 hit points. And Krega is in really bad shape. Did we start with Krega? Oh, right, but we need... Okay. Maybe we can cheat a little bit here. If we call it the actual medicine skill, does it say that you are immune to medicine checks, plural? Or can we just throw another doctor at you? Because if we could throw Dr. Dubsy at the orc, it's a fresh set of guy, maybe he can, you don't have to wait that hour. Not that we have anywhere to go.
It says that the target is then temporarily immune to treat wounds action for 1 hour. So I think that's everyone.
Yeah, okay.
However, it's been like 50 minutes. if you think about 10 minutes per character, Kraga...
We'll come around. Yeah, like I said, we're going anywhere. Yeah. Hit him again.
All right, this is going for...
Gregor Dark Mantle, Medicine Untrained, 3. He's just...
I just want to make sure...
He starts heating up a dagger. Here, I can help you. Greg, get out of there.
I'm just sterilizing things. No, I was trying to open the skill, but actually double-clicked on it. My apologies.
I thought you were just being funny. It was just like, it just sneaks in an untrained check. 3, deal with it, DM. Oh, crap.
It was Kraga I attempted to heal first and missed, right? Or was it...
So try Kraga again.
All right, Kraga again.
Dude's got, like, 1 hit point.
He is
rough
just...
shape.
That's 20
17.
even.
Okay, there you go. 17, so 2D.
No, sorry, 17, my mistake. So
Yep.
2d8?
Yes, please. Just something, you know? You just need to get down the hill. A little something, get down the hill.
10.
There you go.
Another 10.
11 points, 29 to go, but hey, you know, you guys feel a little better. So we camp out, you rest for an hour. Ken runs around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm curious, do you focus on the healing? Or do you just Kenro have any kind of bedside manner? I mean, you literally have a rapt audience for 10 minutes per stitch. I'm just curious if you get a little evangelizing in or a little, you know.
It could be more of like, my friends, Callistria would love to see you. You know, if you like these hands on your body, my friends, my temple could show you many things and things along those lines.
That sounds like Ken's sex cult. It does not sound like you're handing out Bible-thumping pamphlets, but you do you.
Callistria is the goddess of hedonism, basically. So
No, I know. I just... that's a heavy-hearted sell, dude. I'm just trying to soft sell. All right. Let us bring up the map of Otari. A happy place. Now, if you look carefully, at the very top, you can actually see the island cluster of where we just came from. Boop. Zooming in, and it's the proverbial half an hour, 20-minute walk or whatever through the fog fen, out of the swamp into the dark forest, and then down here on 19, the Druid Circle, is where we're sitting right now getting healed. Come back towards the town, you approach a cliff. You head south to the right, you go to the graveyard. You head northeast, you actually start winding yourself down around the top edge of the cliff, heading north and then coming down onto many bridges, crossing the river, and into town itself. Is there anything pressing that you guys, as a party or individually, wish to do?
I think Dubsy would like to go to the Crook's Nook and maybe start talking to some of the people that were saved previously, and just see if I can find out any info that they got on some of the creatures they saw there.
Okay. Was it you that ID'd the tattoo, or did that go over our heads?
That went over the heads. But I think I would know from Jargon and his ramblings that some.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying you're meta.
saved.
I'm not saying you're meta. It just suddenly reminded me. It's like, oh yeah, did we actually like identify the tattoo on the guy? Because you remember we found a guy with a tattoo that was all ritualized, to put it nicely.
Yep, I think even Jargon failed. So
Yeah. Okay.
Knew.
So I was like, yeah. She actually asked, like, if you say you were just there with a party of rescuers looking for the original people, she says, I'm still a man short. I will pay 25 gold for news or proof of his demise or his return. And, without meta, you guys are like, nope, haven't seen him. We found some poor bastard with a tattoo, but I don't think it was that one, that kind of thing. Sorry. Roll again. Nope, sorry, roll again. So you're down the Crook's Nook and specifically looking to gather some intel?
Yep.
And I believe that's covered under diplomacy, is it not?
Probably.
Probably, maybe, certainly. Certainly. So while he's looking that up, who's next? I'm assuming maybe Ken retreats to his little alcove in the temple.
That's probably my guess. Just go for some R&R and...
Yeah. You have like the sort of cheap room and board there as a visiting, traveling, because not only are they just strictly a temple of Sarenrae, they're an open library, so they welcome other faiths, and you have like your little vestibule that you can get a huge discount and, pennies to stay with a clean bed, water, bread and food, soup, so, why not, right?
That's where I'll go.
And a library in case you want to research anything.
Actually, is there a research for that shadow creature? I know we failed to check on it, but it's just kind of what I remember. And
there is there is recalling knowledge on religion, which covers undead. Now you can go and pick someone. Hey, you priest, what do you know about? And you describe the creature, and he hums and haws. Or they actually have a research system where you guys hit a library and get research points to find out what you want to know. Because it's not just maybe like shadows in general. That was a very, very specific looking undead. And it might be worth looking into if it piqued your interest. Okay.
Maybe that's what I'll spend my downtime doing, is just kind of researching that way if I'm possible in the library, in the temple. Not
that this is a great big DM carrot, but it just occurred to me that we really haven't covered the research system in any of the shows. And running into a very specific undead, is it flavor? Is there more to it? And you guys have been trying to get by on Rose Guard lore. Well, the Rose Guard are the heroes that defeated Bellicraga, not, about herself and her people and the monsters and, what we're actually looking into. So I haven't had you guys use much of the Rose Guard lore. Bringing us to the two orcs. Craiga heads right for Smith's shop, talk to his buddy.
And a bath.
Okay.
Scrub my nooks and crannies.
As one of the town heroes, I'm sure they will, put you up for the night. You explain your situation. You're badly wounded. Do you say you were rescued by Jargon and the party? Because they ask. Jargon's been like all over town. Everybody knows he's taken another bunch of suckers. I mean, other people in there. If you walk in there alone, wounded, they might think you walked out there alone going, dude, we just had a party for you. Did you not see them pass? No, I walked out of there alone. Yeah. Me and my teeth got me. Jargon who? Now about that free steak. I don't know how you want to I'm that much of a badass.
I'm as surprised as you. That little jargon. He came in there and found me. I'm back. Crag is back, baby.
Awesome. Glad to see you back. Here's an apron. They try to cover you up. Damn it, man. Put on some clothes. You said bath first. Well, he's ready. Look at him. He's right naked. We do rent baths, and you can have one, but we wait till you to disrobe until you're in your room, sir. So you're having a soak. Okay. They bring you bread, cheese, and some ale in the house. You look like you've been a little bit patched up, but you're in rough shape. Okay.
My mission's not over. I'm going back.
You saved... There's the barracks. You could go to the barracks. One of the smaller inns or whatever. The whole town knows that all their ancestors, that they probably don't like anyway, almost came marching down the hill, and you stopped them. So I'm pretty sure there's that Wild West scene where the guys come off the Wild West, and next thing you know, they're upstairs in the full bathtub, sitting there with a cigar and a and a drink and a beer and that kind of thing. So there's Kraga, sorry. Here's Kraga. I wouldn't call it the royal treatment. It might be the royal treatment to you, but they just draw you a bath, give you a drink and a smoke.
It feels like a royal treatment after what I've been through the last 3 weeks.
I guess. And we need to look into, not just research now, we need to look into how to get rid of the enfeebled condition through rest, through lesser restoration spells. Which brings us to Gregor. Not to be confused with Greg, his brother's cousin's roommate, who will instantly appear. If Gregor dies, Eric will make up Greg to avenge Gregor's death. You can count on it. They're practically identical. No?
Yeah, it makes sense for sure.
No, you cannot. You're a GM, have some dignity. I only use that joke on you because I know as a non-player and fellow GM, you turned me down. You taking me up on it? Shame on you.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
Okay.
With Kenoro heading over to the Dawnflower Library, I guess Gregor will head over to Morley Bint Shop. I think Odd Stories, I think is what it's called. Specifically looking for two things. I want to talk about Morley Bint to see if he has any knowledge of the lower levels underneath the Gauntlet, because there's obviously levels under there. And ideally, he has maybe some maps or something. Or looking for any books that he may have on undead, classification of undead, or those types of things.
Okay. I'm looking at my I'm looking for the player's guide, and it's like, crap, it's not in my folder, because I know the layout of the town of these guys is covered in covered in that. Okay. So while we're looking into that, what about Dubsy? What's Dubsy doing?
I was at the Crooksnook.
Oh, right. So getting back to you with diplomacy, you're trying to gain some information, yes?
Yes.
So
Did you want me to roll that in the tower?
I want you to explain how that works through the diplomacy skill first. Do you need to influence positive impression on said person to gain influence? Or let's talk about those rules first.
Sure. It'd probably be gather information. So basically, if I get a success, you collect information about the individual or the topic. The GM determines the specifics. If I critically fail, I collect incorrect information about the individual or topic, but otherwise there's no information. So I assume a failure is just nothing, and then a critical success is the same as a success.
Okay. And this is just diplomacy, yeah?
Yes, that's just diplomacy.
Okay, so that's going to be in the tower, because you don't want to meta that. I'll be okay.
There we go.
All right, humans. I have some questions to ask. Looking for some people that have been saved down at Gauntlet.
Ooh.
I'm not very good at diplomacy.
All right, you. There's the sketch of the chairs. You know, people half stand and turn and hand on a dagger or whatever. This crazy little frogman comes in, starts... Because your people are from the swamp, and the swamp has caused you trouble lately, so I'm not saying they toss you out or attack you, but you definitely get a whole bunch of, like, what? Hand on weapon. What the what now? You know, and you're like, oh, what's the matter, guys? You know, it's all good. Let me just have a look at what you rolled here. I'm going to be kind, and instead of misdirecting you, because you're kind of right on the cusp there, I'm going to say that they turtle up. They don't want to talk. They suggest you should leave. You know, how do we know you're not in with them, the proverbial them from the castle in the swamp kind of thing? So they throw a little prejudice your way.
Okay.
And that's
fair enough.
Not because we're not inclusive. It's because prejudice does exist in fantasy worlds, and because he literally decided not to be Bob the Human, to be something cool and colorful and from the actual area that there's trouble. The boring vanilla people put two and two together, and because, and only because, not normally, only because of his crap roll, I've decided to pull on that. So, there. Just to be clear. I want to be getting any emails going, meh, meh, meh. Yeah. And they send you packing. Womp womp.
Oh, man.
Rhaegar went to... Sorry, Mimes Manor? Where'd you go?
Odd Store used to talk with the bookstore owner. Morliment?
Morliment?
Yep. So as far as research goes, from what I could see here, you determine the number of research points that we need to collect in order to gather the information. Then we do individual checks depending on the actions that we take, and those successes add towards that cumulative total. You get 1 point per success, I guess, by the looks of it, and that's what I'm trying to find out is the number of points. Mm-hmm. But from what I gather is 1 point per success, 2 points for critical success.
Cool. So, because I kind of dropped that idea on Ken, let's switch to Ken really quick.
I was thinking of doing it in the temple, in the church. So he can go to the library.
But what's your angle? You're going to describe what you saw? You're asking for like servants of the castle? Like what's your angle of research? You know,
I would like to go to the I guess to the one of the priests of Saren right here and just basically describe what we met. Tell them exactly what happened. That this creature was like a pantsuit wearing, you know, very well covered up, and she was pulling our souls, our shadows out of us.
Okay.
And see if it was also weak to light, apparently, and see if there's any kind of thing that rings a bell there.
Okay. And sorry, you wanted to go to like some head priest or whatever?
Yeah, whoever the head priest would be at the Temple of Calestria, or of Saren right there.
They rebuff you unless you give me some heavy diplomacy, because it's like she's very busy. You know what I mean? You can't just walk off the street going, I demand to see that priest. Who are you? I was part of the second party that, you know, adjacent to the heroes. Did I mention I saved a hero? You know, like, you know what I mean? So, a couple hurdles to jump through. You get your hands on the acolytes, and you want to see, you know, the most knowledgeable priest that I can get my hands on. Right? You ask them about it, they're like, eh. So
you want me to roll a diplomacy, or what am I checking here?
You need to influence these guys. So their starting attitude is indifferent. They don't mind that you're here, but they're not overly friendly towards you because you're a different faith. And you want to make them friendly, and they can give you good advice. If you make them helpful, they will probably take you right to them and go, excuse me, priestess, I know you said don't be disturbed, especially from that heathen, but I really feel compelled to help him. You know, that kind of, like, you know, so you start schmoozing people. So if you look up diplomacy about how to make an impression, It's under diplomacy of an action if you want to read that out.
Impression. So, with at least 1 minute of conversation during which you engage in charismatic overtures, flattery, and other acts of goodwill, you seek to make a good impression on someone to make them temporarily agreeable. At the end of conversation, attempt a diplomacy check against the will DC of one target modified by the GM. Good impression or bad impression on a critical failure. Last for only the current social interaction unless the GM decides otherwise.
You're just trying to get an audience, so that's good. Okay. So, before actually drop it in the tower and then give me your spiel.
Diplomacy here? All right. Into the... All right, so
tab.
basically I would kind of walk in and holy symbol readily seen above by on my neck and just say, gentlemen, friends, I'm here seeking information. The goddess Calestria said I should be speaking with you in order to find out information I need to know about some dark secrets under the Gauntlet Tower. Who would I speak to find this out?
Our head librarian.
Information will be shared freely between the two of us if you're able to meet me there.
Okay.
Or show me to them.
They take you to the library, and they say, voila.
Okay. And then I gotta find a way to start
You did not roll
around.
great.
Okay. I don't know that. I just know there's a library. I guess.
They take you to the archive, and they're like, here you go. And however, they do send you to the right section. Dark lore, but it's big. You could spend days in here, and they don't know how to direct you further. They're just like, yes, everything to do with that topic you would find in these pages, They maybe have a favorite author. They were like, oh, look for books penned by this scribe kind of thing. But that's a personal preference. It may or may not be actually helpful or contain the information that you specifically need. And we unleash Ken upon the books, and we'll get back to him.
Perfect.
But this is where Ken starts doing research and earning research points, and we'll get back to that. Meanwhile, Gregor, lucky for you, Morbint, as we will show him here, wears green, has the little Friar Tuck skull cap, red hair, red eyebrows, large, coke-thick spectacles that are spread wide apart on his nose, a round, sour face. The man seems about between 45 and 55 years of age. I wouldn't say sharp, but squintingly vague gray eyes and many ridges on his brow. The man, known as Morlabint, answers his own door. Well now, who might you be?
Good day, Morlabint. How's the scroll unrolling today?
I see. We have, and then he starts talking like maybe just common is not your first language. We have Jester Night down at the Rowdy Rockfish, and he starts pausing. You're trying to be funny, but you're not. And he starts pointing around.
No, I'm here to talk with you.
Okay. Close the door, you get the toe in. Wait a minute.
Hang on.
You want to speak with me?
Yes, I do.
I've never really considered a career in jesting. Might be an interesting thing to do on the weekends.
No, what I'm looking for is some unique knowledge, seeing if you've come across any records of levels underneath the Gauntlet. We know about the lighthouse, but I can vouch for the fact that there's some levels under it, looking to see if you've ever come across a map or even reference of it.
He just kind of cocks an eyebrow, looks at you flatly, looks down and tries the door closing on your toe a couple times, then looks back at you. I'm a busy man.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Diplomacy, intimidation, cash. What have you got to offer besides your toe? Whap, whap, whap. I'll call the guard. Whap, whap, whap. I'm a respected citizen. Who are you?
So if people don't know about the lower levels under the Gauntlet, there's guaranteed to be books and artwork there that haven't been looked at in ages. I'm sure you would want to have first pick at some of them.
Diplomacy +2 in the tower.
Okay.
You certainly give him pause, and the GM gives you a little bonus since you seem to be something up his alley. Anyway, he opens the door and looks left and looks right. The proverbial, does anyone see, And then it's like, well, don't just stand there. Get inside, get inside. Bring him inside.
Okay.
And the camera fades out in the door. Come back to that. Craig is soaking the tub. Dubsy didn't do so well at Crook's Nook. So the one-on-one with Morlabint, right? There's these different locations. And bringing Joseph back, right? Like, you guys are kind of locked in character. So I've asked Eric to kind of approach the town from like a different angle. He's been other places, he's been whatever, right? So it seems like you're playing that card where it's like, oh, I'm going to talk to this guy, and that kind of thing. So that's cool. But before we get into like your classic, what do you got, what do you know? It's pretty straightforward. I would like to touch back on the whole research bit with Ken. Okay. So I have to assign what you're looking for, a number of research points. And you need to dig in the old books and find what you can. But I was juggling a couple characters there, and I kind of missed the bit, like, do I just pick a single skill, and he needs to have certain hits, like Undead's religion? Is he just going to bang away at a religion? Or can we get there in a roundabout field? Because there's other lores and stuff where the DC might be higher or lower. So what have you got to offer in your Kenro brain in the way of lore skills? I know you've got religion, which is probably your good go-to.
Let's see here. Where are my skills? I've got astrology, which I'm not sure if that very much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got lore of astrology. That's
I mean, you guys were hired by a stargazer, and the religion they're putting forth here is the cosmic caravan.
Yeah. So I've got religion. I've got religion and astrology. So
okay.
My highest roll is religion. So
give me 3 of those each in the tower.
3 religion, 3 astrology.
Yep, and I'm definitely going to have you spend the next day, if not 2, pouring through books and trying to rest up yourself. How is your own health?
I had I'll check in a second. Let me do these rolls first, and I'll check it out.
Because you guys do get your hit points back in level, plus con mod, I think it is. Every
There's
day.
3 religion.
Every night you rest or whatever.
2, 3 lore. There's 3 and 3. And my hit points are currently at 17. I have 7 wounds.
Okay. So, a night's rest, if I'm not mistaken, gets you your con mod plus your level and hit points back. Because I do believe, even if you guys spend an afternoon, an hour, or all day doing what you're doing, you guys are going to have downtime, find a place to crash, and probably start looking for each other in the morning. I'm sure like no one's going to go back there alone.
Probably do some medicine checks and patch myself up if we have a full day as well, once every hour. So I imagine I get something back.
Yeah. I mean, yourself, but they'd have to come to you. Like I said, you're locked down in this library if you want these results. So I wouldn't start making house calls. I would wait.
But I do it like, can I do it to myself? Like while I'm in there, kind of read,
yes.
And then,
DC 20.
But we have days to do it. I'm assuming, or a day to do it. I'm assuming I'll hit a. Because if we're saying that 12 hours, I'm going to do 12 rolls type thing if I need to. Medicine to myself.
That's how it. Yep.
Nope. What is that there? That's
because you're taking to like because you're not just kind of like, oh, I got all day to stitch myself up. No, you are not resting. You are researching, and it's a stay awake. It's a driving. It's a you know what I mean. That's not rest. And then you're like 10-minute break. Stitch that leg. Crap. 16. Try again. That type of thing. So. I'm not going to let you do the hand wave when you're trying to double down on projects here. Sorry, buddy.
No worries.
Okay.
So that was the first one. We do another one?
I mean, what if we're 3 hours in and the town gets attacked? So, I need these relevant rolls. spam me until you hit that 20.
There it is.
There it
25.
is. Okay, so at least 2 hours in. Okay, 2d8 should get you just about everything.
25 is it critical or no?
Oh yes, it is. Yeah, sorry, 48. No, not critical for you because that would be 10 or would be 30 for you.
Okay, it's 25. So there's 2.
Nice try, Ken. I'm on you. 6. Okay, there you go.
And then 7's 1, so we're back to.
That's fine. You're at 1. That's good enough. One more resty day or whatever you'd be up. Okay, now trying to stay within the time frame because I know you. As soon as I tell you the results, you're gonna be like, "Let's go, let's do it." And it's like, oh, now you're like in the next day, if not more. So I've got said results. We'll get back to that. So now I'm gonna come back to Dubsy, who struck out.
Yeah, I struck out.
Where would you go next? You literally came out of the swamp and found people, a scoreboard, went to the Crook's Nook. Do you have a place to actually rest, to sleep? You can go back in the bushes? What do you do to actually, like... Do you have money to get a room?
I would probably go under the bridge of the Crook's Nook.
Okay.
And I'd hang out by the water.
Like, being a Gripply, you could just like, oh, there you go. Bedroll heaven, right? Here you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as there's no trolls under there, I'll take it as my own.
Nope. I will say that in the middle of the night, 3 ruffians find you, making their rounds, give you a kick, and try to extort money from you. First, there's, we told you to leave. Get on your way. No. Now you need to be punished because you were still here. Give us all your money or pay the consequence. One's got a club. One's got something sharp and shiny. And one's just a dickhead. What would you do? Talk your way out? Run your way out? Fight your way out? Buy your way out?
I would probably do a deception and try to get out of there.
The feint?
Probably rummage in my pocket for something, not coins, and just kind of like toss it up into the sky. So
oh, yeah.
Up,
do the hey and bolt. Yeah. Jump in the river or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Give me deception. Would you run for it or would you just dive in the water? You can swim, right?
I might go in the water because.
Are you actually? Is your race actually amphibious? Like, do you actually are still classified as amphibian? I didn't want to assume just because you're, a frog person.
I don't think we actually get a swim speed. So
you don't get swim speed, and you don't necessarily get the fact that you're amphibious. Okay.
No, it's probably an
ancestry trait, that you can get into. Okay.
Yeah, I took sticky fingers.
Okay. You throw a bunch up and half them stays in your hand. Damn it. Okay. That doesn't mean you cannot swim, or would you rather just run down the cobblestones?
No, I think I'd like to dive in because I feel like maybe these guys wouldn't want to get all wet.
Give me some athletics checks after your deception. Deception. Okay. So you throw it up, you get their attention, and like I said, they're right by you. They're rogues and ruffians. It's not like they get attack of opportunity. You just keep them from grabbing onto you, and you jump into the water with a 7. Wow. Not only is it far colder than the swamp, the water the tide is moving. Or, hang on, let's look at our bridge here. Let's look at our map. Where's Crook's Nook? Yeah, the water river is a flume and is rapidly moving, like sweeping you out into the ocean. And you're having trouble, so like, with your athletics, you can do these open, by the way. Athletics is 7, you immediately start getting swept out away from the bridge, 10, 20, 30 feet towards the open ocean. What do you do? But you're certainly away from them. And it's not that.
I would try to head out towards the dock or any of the boats.
Okay. Land is still within your grasp, but if you swim one way, you might end up in your disorientation, like right at their feet again, if they see you pop up, or you're going to risk getting halfway out to the ocean and just try to hard left so that you're in the dock harbor area, that kind of thing. Certainly get you away from them, but it's a little riskier.
No, I would try for the safe bet and just get to land.
Okay, give me a couple athletics. 15, that's good. 25, okay, you finally get the rhythm. It's pulling you so that you do the angle thing. So it's like, okay, I'm going with it, but I'm moving. You're strafing, you know what I mean? You're moving over and over and over as it pulls you out, out, out. Roll me percentage. 50-50. Sure, on the right side, opposite side.
54.
Okay. You're good. You're on the dock side, you're floating, you're like halfway down the bank there towards 13.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you pull yourself out in the middle of the night, the dark of night, and, trudge off to where you might get better rest. Bringing us to Kraga, who will spend the night and get himself back a couple more hit points. Healing overnight. I can't remember, guys. Is it level or level plus con?
It's level times, or it's con modifier times your level.
Oh, times. Okay. What is your constitution, Kraga?
It's modifiers +3.
Okay. Your second level, that'd be 6 hit points a night, dude. So look at that. You're down to 23 wounds. You just can sit in this tub for a couple of days. You're going to be set. Who needs a doctor? Well, I mean, you got a long way to go, but you are getting a lot more than I thought. Ken, which would actually put you at more hit points than I thought, so you're all healed up there, Ken. Dubsy's fine, and Gregor had 6. And what's your con, Greg? Sorry.
Yeah, 12. So +1.
Okay. So you would get 2. Okay. Not bad. So, speaking of Gregor, you get this guy in, sits you down, gets you inside, offers you a drink, and wants
Gracious
you to
accept.
right. Doesn't keeps the poker face. It got you in the door, but wants you to elaborate. Like, he doesn't give anything up by so paintings, you say, and then he's interested. What he's like, could you elaborate on what you were talking about at the door?
Oh, yes, for sure. So, and I'll tell him about the workshop that we came across. I forget now where the workshop was. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying.
You never stood foot in there. That's where Kraga was captured. You came across the altar room, like the sacrificial room. You came across some offices. So they are civilized down. Like, you would expect to find an office in a dungeon, right? Now, it is a castle built by people, and, the lore said they fought some kind of terrible noblewoman, so why not have the lower levels furnished? But rich people have art and decor, and I'm assuming, even as flimsy as the whole Indiana Jones going, you have tapestries, don't you? We're here to view the tapestries, to get inside past the butler. They got inside. It failed, but they got inside, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so I will play that up then. The fact that they were nobles, they were right. They were well-to-do. They were.
Do you have any of your own lore or crafting from what you observed, or anything to lean on Gregor and less Eric? Because it seems like we're leaning towards the meta, and I don't want to do that.
Just Rose Guard.
Sure. Maybe they were maybe they started pulling artifacts, riches, artwork out of there before the big battle, right? Wonder if the mayor actually has anything, any kind of trophy. No, that's fine. I mean, it'd be quite the DC. Oh, Rob, dude, that was tumbling. It was tumbling on an 18, and then it did not fall on an 18. You got robbed. You start talking about the Rose Guard and what they must have, or surely the mayor or whatever, and anyway, it falls flat. And Morbin's like, I am quite familiar with everything that, is tied to the Rose Guard. Bits of a hobby of mine, looking into them myself, and the mayor, and blah, 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 type of thing. And you have to do better. Now, he doesn't throw you out. He doesn't call you some kind of charlatan, but he does get a little bit wary. I think we're back to indifferent, if not unfriendly, would get you booted.
But then I'll tell him, okay, well, I'm already one ahead of you then. You didn't know about the lower levels. Meanwhile, I've already been on the lower levels, so I know that there's artifacts there.
Okay. Would you... He goes and gets a piece of paper. Would you sketch it for me?
Yes, most assuredly. I can...
Okay.
I can...
And don't think I won't notice if you're just making up things. You know, I've... I've played with a dungeon generator before. I know... I know random when I see it, you know. And tell me the story of your ascent as you draw it. That might, you know, I wouldn't say that's a substantial proof, but...
We'll do so. We'll draw out the rough layout of the keep.
Okay.
The areas that we've been in, the secret door that led to the stairs going down, the 2 secret doors, and the room that we bought.
The meeting room, and then you found the ritual room. You found a room full of rubble that was very strangely Tetris shaped. We had a peek at a crypt, and oh my goodness.
And then after the Karen encounter, would not remember because it was just a blur, right? We were just running out of there, so I could not.
Yeah, we ran into these strange creatures and this and that. And okay. I will say, give me a diplomacy check in the tower. See if you can't save some grace here.
And by the same token, those creatures, have you seen them or have you heard of them? And I described them as well.
Okay. Short. Gray, spindly white hair, big bulbous eyes, you say? Jagged teeth, swarm together?
Correct.
No, I have not. Can I have perception? Look at the dice cam. Oh. And he goes, no! I rolled a natural 20. He's like, no, I have not. Yeah, you don't know if he's like, if he has or doesn't know about them, but he does kind of go left field like he's holding something back. And I'm not saying he's like outwardly playing you. I mean, like, why wouldn't he want to get on your good side, send you and get a lead on something? Right? And then you're like, well, can you tell me this? And he's like, this you say? No, don't jog a bell, but, you know, perhaps we should discuss this more over dinner. And he wants you to stay. And get my hooks into you. And we will see you all next time. I hope you like frog's legs. They're my favorite.
Yum, yum.
What's with that face?
Crispy, please.
We're having orc bladder and frog's leg. Oh, so, well, I guess half of you will enjoy it.
Who cares if we're a disgrace? And just one shove our wizard rolled death and fell. Tell me what we'd brawl this thing. Too many limbs that sting. All of us played food for its spawn. Up our XP and then we'll bring new dice for the slaying. A pretty mix, blue, black, and gold. Rolling higher, love. Oh, tell me not to give up. Provoke me, haste me, faster dash. Returning, churning, savage attack. A character so cozy, buckets of dice. You know me, I'm gonna write all these actions down. Blowing bubbles below, see camping next to coyotes. I don't wanna die, let's head back to town. Let's head back to